Hello, my name is Aubrey Scheibel, and my topic is on Sharia law. I'm interested in this topic because of the lasting contemporary debates largely presented by the Western world, questioning the compatibility of Sharia law with democracy based on various cultural interpretations. Sharia law is a major benefactor in the formation of the Islamic tradition based on religious law, details of ritual, and a variety of customs and manners. Sharia directly translates to the way to a watering place. In the Quranic use of this term, this suggests that a combination of a vital means of sustenance in this world as well as access to the divine realm within the next world. Traditional theory of Islamic jurisprudence recognizes four sources of the Sharia: the Sunnah, or authentic hadith, the Quran, the Qiyas, or analogical reasoning, and Ijma, or consensus. According to the traditional Muslim view, the major precepts of Sharia were passed down directly from the Prophet Muhammad without historical development, and the emergence of Islamic jurisprudence, or fiqh, also goes back to the lifetime of Muhammad. Sharia as divine law is contrasted with fiqh, or traditional jurisprudence, which refers to its human scholarly interpretations. Some areas of Sharia overlap with the Western notion of law, while others correspond more broadly to living life in accordance with God's will. Sharia can be compared to the Christian canon law, as both laws are to regulate its adherents. But canon law is made by the church to govern its members according to God's law. Sharia is God's law itself. Sharia is not made, it is given to man. It is interpreted. In this, canon law is to civil as in secular law, as Sharia law is to justice itself. There are also major differences between the Sharia law and the Western legal systems set in place. In the first place, the scope of the Sharia is much wider, since it regulates the individual's relationship not only with neighbors and with the state, which is the limit of most other legal systems, but also with God and with the individual's own conscience. Another major distinction between Sharia and the Western legal system is a consequence of the Islamic concept of the law as the expression of the divine will. There's no overall consensus as to what exactly the Sharia encompasses or what should be the nature and extent of its role in operation. Neither is there a single context as to where a single Sharia can operate. However, despite these uncertainties and anomalies, the matter of the future of Sharia still attracts significant attention. Islam has always been a democracy, and Muslim civilizations have been known to apply various conceptions of Sharia for over 12 centuries, thereby demonstrating how important and how integral Sharia is to the religion of Islam and Muslim thought. For this reason, along with the growing Islamic resurgence, where Muslims are demanding their rights to self-determination and cultural and religious authenticity, research and discussion on the future directions of Sharia and its role among the lives of Muslim communities and societies across the world is very likely to continue. And as Sharia will continue to be extremely important in shaping the attitudes and behaviors of Muslims, Sharia law is constantly changing and being revised by Islamic scholars in order to mesh better with the modern era. Islamic law today is unrecognizable from Sharia law 1,000 years ago, 100 years ago, even 50 years ago. These scholars have revised Islamic law in order to fit with today's society, and these changes are still in accordance with Islamic tradition. And the ideas of human rights and citizenship are more consistent with Islamic principles than with claims of a supposed Islamic state proposed by European ideas and the Western world to enforce Sharia.